I'm going to show a method for sorting nuts and bolts that is very intuitive. Sorting nuts and bolts is a very necessary thing when you're fixing things. Say you found an odd nut and bolt and you're just wondering, what size is this and how in the world do I store it so next time I need it, I'll have it. I start the system with peanut butter jars because they're very plentiful. I'll show you how I use it, I'll show you how I build it because it's a little trickier than it may seem. Take the nut and first I'll stick it on this one and it is too small. I'll put it on this one, feels correct, but the thread has to be absolutely correct because there's a lot of variations and there's a lot of nuts and bolts and threads that are very similar. If you can spin a nut or a bolt in 6 times, you're pretty much ensured that you've got the correct size. On my post, I like to have at least 6 threads showing. I spun this down completely. Instead of opening up the container, I just drop it in the hole. Now I've got a bolt and I can go through and I can feel that's not it. This feels like it. So I'll spin it in, go about 6 turns. This one feels absolutely like this size. This is a number 8 32 thread. I've got the nut and the bolt. Once I verify absolutely that's what it is, I drop it into the hole. Do this for every single size, metric and standard American. If I open this up, inside I can also throw the tap and the die, throw everything in on top. That way if I'm looking for an 832 and I'm working on some project and I need to clean things up, well, I have the tap and the die so I can clean everything up. Get this set up and to make sure everything's nice and smooth, you can spin the tap and the die in on these. That way if there's any burrs, it cleans them up so you can test your nuts and bolts without any restriction. I can spin the die over top of the stud, just make sure it's nice and clean. You can also have drill bits in here because you have to have the exact size of drill bit. In fact, it does vary if you're cutting into aluminum or steel. There's a couple different sizes of drill bits. Technically speaking, if you're cutting into aluminum and making threads, the drill bit is just going to be a little bit smaller. And then if you're cutting into steel, there needs to be just a little bit more of an opening so the threads will work properly. Now, I have considered spraying all these something like red or orange, so when I drop them in here, they're easy to find. And of course, typically you're gonna break taps, so you wanna have extra taps in here. If I sprayed these, I'd wanna make sure that the markings themselves are down and not getting paint on them. If you happen to fill up an entire container of 832s, well, you can go ahead and just put a regular cap on this, put this on another one, and just start collecting them again. You could also mark all this with fingernail polish, and it'll just make it a little easier to find it in there. For years, I used to use the bin system like this, but then you end up having to put it in something like this when you get too many. You see this system here has the stud here, and you can check the nut and the bolt here and then drop it into the bin. One of the most difficult parts of this is getting the nut in there securely so when you test it, the nut doesn't spin. Because this plastic is polyethylene, it's very difficult to glue a nut in, so I use heat and then I also modify the nut to make sure that when it melts in, it sticks and stays. I use a Dremel tool to kind of grind up the side so when I melt this nut into the plastic, something grabs mechanically. To make sure everything's not so random, I'll use a compass to kind of scratch in some marks. I'll draw a line all the way across and intersect where the arc is. That way the holes are in the exact same spot. To spin this stud up, I'm going to take a drill bit and drill a hole a little bit bigger, then use the tap to tap the threads in and then spin it up. Where that drill bit sizing comes in, the drill bit should be the size of the shaft, not the threads. You drill the hole, then use the tap to tap the threads in. Drill the proper size hole, run the tap through. With the threads carved into the plastic, I'll spin the stud up through. From the back, I'll start it. Threads in the plastic will stabilize everything. Pick a stud that's not too high. You need 6 threads to make sure that you've got the right size. And to add extra stability, you can spin a nut on. The next nut, this is the one we've modified with the grooves in the side so it sticks into the plastic. Soldering iron to heat everything up and push it into the plastic. And this is a very delicate process. You don't want to just push it all the way through the plastic. You want it to go in, grab, and then cool it off. I'll line everything up and just wait for it to start to sink. See, it's just starting to sink, so then I'll pull everything out delicately. I'll press it until it's exactly where I want it. Pull it back off. Now when we clean all the plastic out, we're gonna have a nut that's gonna be very secure into the plastic. Make sure the plastic is solidified, and then we can use a tap to clean everything out. We want to make sure that everything is nice and clean so there's no resistance. Sometimes you've got to clean off a little bit of plastic in the back. When you're testing the nuts and bolts, you want to make sure they glide in and out of your gauge. Before I drill my hole that I'm going to drop the nuts and bolts into, I want to make sure the studs are always on the bottom and the hole is in the same direction. I've got a line drawn here, and I'll take a stick pin. I'll go into the center and push it in for a mark. I want to drill the next hole in just big enough so when I put nuts and bolts in it, the hole's not too big, but it's not too small where the nuts and bolts won't fit. Step drill does a really nice job of getting that exact size hole that you need and clean on both sides. I can put everything back together and start testing nuts and bolts to make sure they're the exact size. You can buy a gauge, something similar to this. This is metric and standard American, and this has most of the sizes. The problem is, once you test this, then you have to figure out where in the world to put it. If your gauge is right on here, you can test it and just drop it right in where it needs to go. Over the years, I've tried lots of different methods to organize nuts and bolts, and this one is working great.